Well, all the time we're talking about how to prepare for the future, and that's really important right now because taxes should be on your mind. And joining me right now is Brian Bowen, the president of Integrity Financial Planning, a local area firm that focuses on preparing people for a successful retirement. He's also a popular radio show host. So Brian, thanks so much for being with us today. And first of all, we need to clarify something. What is the difference between a tax preparer and a tax planner? Because that can be a little bit confusing.
It is. A lot of people think their tax accountant, their tax preparer is a tax planner, and many times it's not that way. So, you know, most people say, "Well, my CPA takes care of that." Are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this? And the answer is no. So you probably don't have a tax planner, right?
Okay.
So an accountant is a historian. They take the information from the past and they put it into the forms, and that is the outcome of your tax liability or your refund, right? But a tax planner is still taking the information from the past, but looking forward, going 2, 5, maybe 20 years out, trying to, you know, figure out, is there any way to reduce your tax down the road? Because most people, and maybe you're in this camp, think that taxes are going up. So if I'm just like saving in this vehicle that's going to be I'm going to be at a higher tax bracket, or the government's going to increase the tax rate,
Right.
that's scary. That means they're going to get more money.
True.
And so it's kind of one of those, okay, if you're worried about that, which I think everybody is,
Yes.
that taxes are going up, look at the debt we have in this country.
I know.
What are you doing about it? And the answer is no. Well, then you don't have a retirement plan.
Okay. And that's what we want to help people with today.
Right.
And why are taxes such a focus of the wealthy? Why is this something that people with so much money are always thinking about?
Well, because if you look at, like, when you know, people come into our office and we're sitting down and saying, look, over the next 30 years of your life, you may pay $1 million to $2 million in taxes. That their eyeballs pop out, because I had no idea. I thought it was going to be in a lower tax bracket. Well, you can be if you do some tax planning.
Okay.
But unfortunately, they have their CPA or accountant that's looking at the past, and they have a financial advisor or financial planner over here that is looking at the future for investments, but they're not talking to each other.
Yeah.
And most firms don't even get a tax return to even know what tax bracket they're in.
Interesting. So there's got to be somebody kind of in between those two.
Yes, right.
And so with 401ks, IRAs, there's taxes coming at you from really all different angles. So how do we keep it all straight? What do we need to know about that?
Right. So yeah, there is, you know, you got when you're retired and now the new Secure Act is 72, you have to take out money from your IRA or 401k, and it's called a required minimum distribution, or RMD for short. And a lot of people don't need the income. So our tax plan is basically just saying, look, there's probably a better way to do this. Let's move some of this taxable money to tax-free. That means you get more tax-free income in retirement, and you're not having to take out as much of that account and let it defer longer. So it's just looking at everybody's situation and trying to figure out a strategy for them.
And then, of course, like you mentioned, people are scared about taxes going up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big thing. I mean, folks are worried about it because taxes have been higher in the past. If you go look back at the 60s and 70s, the top marginal rate actually was 70 to up to 91% top.
Wow.
Now that's the highest tax bracket, and you had to be a high income earner to get there. But the point is, it was there.
Yeah.
And so, will we go back to that? I don't know. But it's, you know, it's kind of like getting a fixed mortgage. Do you want a fixed mortgage on your retirement or an adjustable one?
Right.
And so that's you know, that's what a tax plan, you know, looks at.
And how can we be making sure that we're, you know, saving and planning ahead to make sure our taxes are working for us, we're not spending too much in taxes?
Well, I mean, again, it's you know, looking at your current situation, and you know, our in-house CPA does that. You know, he looks at the current situation. What are you going to do right now to help you save on tax? If you're a business owner, there's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah.
There's simple things like health savings account. People are not taking advantage of. 80% of the people don't know what that is.
Right.
And it's pre-tax going in. It's tax-free going out. It's a wonderful thing that you should be taking advantage of. There's a lot of things you can be doing that are simple.
Yeah.
I call them low-hanging fruit. You don't have to. You don't have a lot of work to, you know, to do it. It's just education.
Right. Just taking the time to actually figure out what those things are.
Right, and then implement it.